Ladies and gentle pig, welcome back to the Grunt League. Tonight, at least for me tonight, I'm going to commentate the game between Warco and Vilo512. We are playing in week 3 of this Grunt League season 2024. And unfortunately I'm by myself, so I hope that everything runs smoothly, especially on the spectator side, which is been a little lacking for me, but if so, we will probably not see the video. Moving on for today's game, we will see the, I think, absolute debut of the new map Aqua base, which is a slightly modified version of Skullduggery, and in which Warco takes medic, engineer, paratrooper, scout, and gunner. I will briefly tell the guys to go on. In the meanwhile, I can tell you that Vilo is opening also with the medic, following up by a grenadier, a double para, and a scout. Some more juicy things will come. A little bit more juicy lineups will be coming in the next few games. But let's give the guys the signal to start and have a good aqua base. Unfortunately, we are playing on at least our first map we're gonna be played in on the file 3, which unfortunately does cut out all the music for the maps. So I will try extra hard to, keep the game alive. But it will be Vilo512 playing today in blue, beginning with his medic. I hope the guys do not have any particular trouble with the connection. The long wait made me a little anxious, but, here we go. The debut of Aqua base. And Vilo starting with taking a special ops with the medic. He will have quite some time to scoop up some more resources if he wants to. The lovely red aqua tank is present in all 4 the corners of the map. And, opening with hiding the medic in one of the tanks could be a really good resource. But Vilo decides to go for the classic medic action, aka MoMA. And it's back to Vilo with the Grenadier. I don't know if the couple, it's absolutely the best play here. I feel like you can get a lot of extra value, but, there's a lot of structures and things. I feel like between the two, maybe Warco not taking also the Grenadier will benefit from it in the next few games. Solid shrapnel here, solid cluster here, and Basil down to 68. Fun fact, this is gonna be the only supper in this map. The two guys opted for an approach with basically no supper, having Vilo, the Grenadier with double para and scout, and the only supper on Warco's team. Okay, and we have our first TNT, of course, to retaliate on the Grenadier. Looks like some good water damage, and it's a little bit unlucky with the spin. Just gets one extra damage of the water. I like though the double paratroopers from Vilo in this map. Although it could easily be prevented, the moving around of the enemy pigs with the jetpacks by using the structures and the pillbox you can see. And, of course, of the red aqua tanks. But I feel like the two players are gonna ignore them and not really use them at the fullest. And, 28 already, so we will have the only supper of this map. Basically already abandoning the game field. So, 1-0 to Vilo, and Warco retaliates. The Supper did have his turn before dying, so it means that the MoMA is still intact for the next round, but of course it will eventually be turned over if this situation still intact in 10 turns. Warco going for the high up jetpack, which it is kind of paying out right now. The Grenadier is dead, dies quite close to the paratrooper, and unfortunately this is an end turn. Minimal uses of resources for the paratrooper of Warco, but unfortunately couldn't dish out the extra 40, which would have been a really, really, really handy solution right now. You know, going second and everything, I feel like those extra 40 damage were quite important for the economy of this game. Basically, remembering that your opponent has the MoMA going first and the Grenadier, which is already dead but has already done his cluster. And not the cleanest of play from Vilo, but damage is still damage. 51 in total with the jetpack. So let's see. Scout in this map could be really important, especially considering that the medic, it's in the box in his stalling moment, and also having this extra protection, not bad with the pillbox. I feel like Warco, not playing the cleanest, but giving a run for his money. He's definitely doing all the right things to make it difficult for Vilo winning this game, despite his slight advantage on the lineup and on the going first factor. Moving on to Vilo's scout. I am sorry if the first part of the video was a little bit loud on my microphone. I didn't really have a time to test. I hope that is not too much. I hope we can do something about it in post-production eventually. But now Vilo opting for poison on one of the 4 gunners forget what I just said. One of the 2 gunners that is in the lineups of Warco. Warco using one of his gunners here. Interesting choice. As of now, I don't know if I would take any gunner for that matter in a map like this one. If it was, the classic Skullduggery, maybe a gunner, it's a good fit, but I don't know, given the condition, maybe it's not the best right now. And Warco just using the red aqua tank to go on the other side. I thought that for once we could have seen, the first half damage mortar that does, if I remember correctly, 30 on impact, 20 on impact, and 10s on the sharpness. I don't remember, guys. But this very short range homing missile, kind of scary when it makes the little jump. But it's back to Vilo. He will be able to make some healing. And I feel like the placement from the scout was not on purpose, was not like confidential there. I feel like the poison from that range and close to his medic was really nicely planned from the Spanish player. Once again, we go back to the MoMA. One pig lost for both of the players in the form of the Supper from Warco's team and the Grenadier on Vilo's team. So back to first the Paratrooper, and now we're gonna see if the Paratroopers are really a valuable play in this game. He is I feel like he was looking for the scout, but the scout got into the pillbox. So I feel like that the easiest target right now it's the other paratrooper that skipped his turn, but was able to kill the enemy grenadier, hitting a rocket launcher. Not bad. Probably what will be used here after a little swim. Oh, instead Vilo opting for a machine gun. And with the lower angling, probably not gonna get more than 20 damage, in fact. So let's see how Warco is gonna reply. I feel like with 2 jetpacks there's a lot of potential work. This is so dangerous. The mountain was so close, and hitting the top of the box, of the hitbox of the enemy pig, usually it's a sentence, but in 45 seconds you can take more airtime, and I feel like it's a little bit more relaxed here. Again, big water damage from the blue paratrooper. Good thing that he took the rocket launcher, and but the paratrooper at 14, and Warco taking some time to decide his actions. He overshoots it, unfortunately. So the paratrooper stays alive and probably gonna be around for another turn. So we are back to paratrooper number 2 in Vilo's lineup. Feel like the best target here is the gunner, especially considering the positioning close to the body of water. And yeah, it is what it is, you know? This is the kind of mistakes that will cost you the game on. And huge water damage. I feel like Warco is a little bit more cleaner in the execution, at least for this game. And ooh, the poison also. It's a bit short, but the water damage is gonna be huge. The spin was lucky, but not in a good way for Warco, because with 4 health and the poison, this will end only in one way. And it's gonna be Warco losing his next turn. I feel like it's gonna be also the next one. Let me check the lineup. Warco. No, he has the scout turn. So if he doesn't do something right now... this is such a tricky situation for Warco. Warco will need to get out of the pillbox. And probably poison the paratrooper and the... and his gunner turn in order to prevent the skip turn. If he does this now, unless some... you know, some mistakes happen. Was close to get also the blue medic, but this will mean that Vilo plays twice in a row, and is gonna also be back to his medic at that point. So we're gonna be seeing 3 blue turns potentially with the scout now, and the medic then. Yes, the scout now, the medic will be next for Vilo. And after the medic, we're gonna have the paratrooper that is at 14. And this could well be a sentence for the game. Scout, paratrooper did take some damage from his bazooka, so he will be healing something. 96, more than worth it, I feel. The scout is still at full health, so it wouldn't be of any use. Yeah, I feel like this is the best play. You heal the paratrooper and go back to the tranquilizer. Take a good distance, because it's gonna be that time when you will have to deal with the medic after, you know, tranquilizing it for 3 turns. But apparently Vilo is of another idea for now. It's gonna be another skip turn. Vilo for the 3rd time, and yeah, he still has two or 1 jetpack, I feel like. If I remember correctly, at least 1 jetpack is left, but Vilo is gonna go for the red aqua tank, which are getting actually viable right now in this kind of situation. And despite the low damage output, I would definitely do this. Oof. Does he know that the mortar is, you know, does less damage than usual? I will have to ask him after the game, between the switch, the fire switch. So, no damage, despite being so close, and a 9. Wow. What a great weapon. Love it. So, what do you do now if you're Warco? Warco probably... I would say you place yourself in you place your pig in a safe place and try to bazooka someone. That's the box here. It's probably not the safest, but you need to keep him in range for your medic to, you know, to heal him, because your opponent will not be able to tranquilize again the medic. Straight shot. 40 damage, no collateral damage, so... Well done. Back to Vilo. And yeah, this is the moment when you... I feel like you should focus the opponent's medic, but you did keep your medic so close to him. Okay. Going for a separation, I like it. So, green medic at 60. Does not have another jetpack to finish off the game, the work, but a good bazooka could get the necessary water damage to finish the medic off. If not, I feel like Warco will have a chance to self-damage again. Need to press that shoot button for the bazooka for a little bit longer. And yeah, the pillbox. We are back to the pillbox. 25, which is a really awful number, considering that your opponent still has the possibility to poison. Because... or maybe he's out. I don't know. But it's one of the magic number, as Pinstripe would call them. Okay, Warco trying to count for the aim, and it's spot on. For the end, we have 23, not bad. If the scout was in range, would have been a good idea to probably kill him. Let's see if he has a poison gas left, because if he does, I feel like this is a tactical win overall from Vilo, because I feel like Warco does get himself a chance to win only and only if the medic takes the turn, but no, he does have the poison. Oh, he gets it! It was so close, but okay, we got it. Safe and sound, safe and sound. I guess from now on, Vilo, it's everything downhill for Vilo from here, because I feel like a scout in a pillbox alone can't really do much. And once again, Vilo not forgetting the heal. 60 health restored in this game. And considering the Paradropper is also poisoned, I don't know, it's a 4 versus 1 basically. Probably Warco can prevent the skip turn, but that will definitely not be enough. Although Vilo makes probably the first mistake of this game, and decides to aim the rifle burst in the most awful way possible. In the less effective way. The body block on the orderly, I like it, but maybe you should lower your health to a solid 14. I swear the player cannot hear me. He decides to not go for... okay, maybe he does go for the body block. He will aim to the only other pig that is visible on the map. Takes it for only a 13. And is back to Vilo in this aqua tank. What a lovely sound. I mean, there's a sound for when the aqua tank stops floating on the water and, you know, strands himself, gets stranded. Which I feel like it's the first time I really notice it. And yeah, aiming with the aqua tank, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit tricky, but it is what it is. So, Warco's scout in the pillbox is the only real pig left. And he's also out of ammo, so I don't know. It makes sense to get out here. Probably I would go for some poison, because it is the only way you can win this. Warco... he doesn't really know what to do. He gets out. He doesn't have a line of sight, so he will probably go for an emergency shot on the medic. Doesn't make it in time. So, unfortunately, not having the idea ready of what to do costed him a turn. Vilo, I feel like you should bazooka the paratrooper, because with a 45 you get that extra turn and basically will do whatever you want. But he goes for a 32 and gets an 11 on the medic, which was so far away. I would have never have thought that this was possible. So paratrooper gets the bazooka and decides to get 40 on the orderly. If the game is not a spaghetti code, would have made some damage also to the paratrooper, but that didn't happen. It was the same distance, basically. No. Pin, maybe we should look back to the code for the remake, for reheated. Alright. Now, Vilo going for the obvious choice of the 30 damage on the paratrooper, but the scout will have a turn to prevent it, which I feel like he should. Maybe Vilo realizes it and... No, still gonna lower the life of Ginger to below 10, okay. Feels reasonable. Now, the play, it's a Pecky's move on the scout, which poisons the scout and kills Warco's paratrooper in order to not skip the turn. But does he know? He might miss on the body block here, which is not bad. Maybe he could body block the medic, but that would make him vulnerable to water. I don't know. Let me know in the comment what you would have done, but this is a beautiful bounce on the scout and get rid of your paratrooper to not skip a turn. The medic, of course, will be restoring the health of the scout for the third time, I think, in this match, preventing possible poison. So, yeah, I missed that too. If you're wondering. Oh, slight laggy. Vilo making absolutely sure that he will hit every hit. I feel like... Okay, it was close to not get the third one, because he lowered a little bit too much, but maybe having a higher angle would have been worse. The game is lagging. I hope it is only on my side, but Warco decides to maybe make it so we can go to map 2, which will be square off for the most curious of you. And wait, man. Basically, just Warco deciding on the way he wants to end this game. And he opts for a slightly imprecise grenade launcher, which does not even finish the paratrooper he intended to kill. But Vilo512 wins map 1 and the first ever Aqua base in competitive. Congrats to him. And we will see everyone on map 2. Welcome back to game 2 in Square Off. It's not gonna be a relaxing game. It's gonna be a long one, but I hope you enjoy the ride. And well, we also need to adjust the score with a juicy 1 on Vilo. All right, and having done that, we go to Square Off for Warco. We have double paratrooper, engineer, scout, and gunner. And on the other side, a very surprising lineup. And for Viro, we are going with a double paratrooper and a triple gunner, making it 4 gunners in total in Vilo's lineup. We know that Vilo is a good gunner player, so I feel like it's a good choice. So he will have an extra 10 HP for every gunner he takes, so maybe that's gonna make him the difference. Who knows? But let's signal the players to start. And we will have Warco going first, so we will have to keep this in mind. I hope the guys remember, otherwise I will have to step in and forcefully remind them. So they should restart. Yes, exactly. And thank you, thank you very much, Vilo. Yeah, it's an interesting approach to this one. I hope Warco remembers that he has to press. Okay, lovely stuff. It's an interesting approach. I don't dislike it. I feel like this map, gives you space for a defensive lineup with something like a triple gunner. And buckle up, because this is usually a map where crazy stuff happens. We have often seen some soft lock situation where especially in the higher leagues and more towards the end game, and we have back the music of the game finally. So lovely. So paratroopers on both sides, and poor Warco struggling a little bit. Unfortunately, he does detonate a little bit too early, so not the best way to open up your match. Vilo going with the paratrooper on the isolated by mines section, and he feels like he will not take the rifle burst, or he will now. And the meta play would be to jump in the pillbox, but we're talking about Vilo, who will jetpack himself into the tail of the the blimp, and also parachuting down very close to the ground. The explosion did not cancel the turn like it did for Warco's. Slight lag. I hope that doesn't ruin it for us. 40 damage on the opponent. 12 on his own paratrooper. I feel like the only thing Vilo needs to improve is a little bit of distance on the paratrooper if you not take the own damage. But despite that, I feel like he's playing a really good match. Ooh, I see some opportunity damage, but that is really dangerous to do with a jetpack. Although he is successful in triggering the barrel, we don't know if he did enough damage with it, because he did trigger some damage. He forgets about the cluster, but I feel like he's gonna take the pillbox, and maybe we can see the damage dealt on the paratrooper. Ooh, laggy laggy. And he gets a little bit taken under pressure by the timer, so he will not take the 40 damage. I don't know. Maybe it's still a good turn if he did actually land too many damage. Holy shoot, that's 90. No, 88 damage with just one jetpack. That's huge. No, actually it's not. It's more on the 76, because 12 damage was auto-made from the bazooka he did take. So it was 70-ish damage with the jetpack and barrel combination. Cluster that Vilo does remember to take, but the shot is a little bit too short, so not the best openings for both of the players. Looks like, you know, the two players are struggling when it matters. And the Warco gets some medicine ball from the random crate. And the other random crate, I guess, dropped right now on the... we can call it main island. Ooh, Warco makes the jump. That jump did kill more than one player, I promise you. And Warco once again ignoring maybe the crate. And just opting for the kill on the paratrooper. Wants to add a head jump, but is not able to execute the jump successfully. So his opponent will be left with 2 damage, I feel like. Yeah, 2 with 2. Maybe 3 if it's a 49. Alright, but that's a really good TNT, because the 2 paratroopers just moved both. So making a whatever damage move there could be very important. I feel like maybe Vilo's just slipped on the pause button. I hope he's not experiencing lag. I felt a little bit of lag in the first few turns, but now this situation seems stable. And wow, Vilo very bravely going for the super TNT, and unfortunately the scout of Warco, it's gonna tell us adieu very quickly. So no poison available for... oh. A little slip, I hear the little slip, but... that was... exploding falling damage. Such a nice combination. We will see finally the content of the random crate, which is a high explosive grenade. And if you chuck it right there... No, not him! There's two people there. Just use them. No! Don't do it! Okay, I like the body block, but I feel like that gunner is gonna be the next one moving. If Warco is able to keep them both under the cover of the roof, he's gonna eject them both and get some extra damage. So 66 total damage. He will take the content of the crate, which was the rifle burst in the mine-confined island. In the minefield island, we can call it like this. And yeah, what a trip that this rifle burst made. Incredible. So the body block is already been lifted, but also with the high explosive grenade, it was kind of restored. A lovely 40. Now we have Vilo getting his bazooka on the right caliber, on the right calibration. So, back to Warco, and this should be another random crate. It is a freeze gas. What a set of interesting random crates. Honestly, we had a medicine ball, a freeze gas, and a high explosive grenade. Very interesting. The game is pretty much balanced. I feel like Warco is slightly ahead because of going first and having 2 pillboxes, but we also have to think about that. One of his... basically, his scout was deleted from the map with no opportunity to... Ooh, laggy. With no even an opportunity to make one turn. Ooh, actually, the triple gunner means having flamethrower, and flamethrower it's a really good weapon if you wanna get rid of pillboxes. So, will Vilo actually take advantage of this? We don't know that yet, but he will definitely take advantage of the 3 jetpacks that he got from the middle island. And he will sprinkle it up with some bazooka damage or not, because time runs out. So yeah, despite the 45 seconds, we have seen a few missed turns. And oof, if Warco does what I'm thinking right now, it's gonna be a really good... I feel like it's gonna be a really good play, yes. Ooh, so close to be once again self-damage. Okay. Use the jetpack now, back into the pillbox and hit them both with a 40. If he does that, I feel like he recovered the instant cancelling of his scout, but time is running out and we missed also the last turn. He shoots a little bit last second, but he does take the double 40. And it's also death, and with this, extra damage. Oh, that's a really good turn from the player in green. Fighting his way back after a magnificent game from Vilo512 in map 1. Ooh, maybe you don't want to skip your turn. I'm gonna take this, this moving and thinking moment from Vilo to sip a little bit of water. So the game is definitely getting in, very... Is getting the action is getting all in this central island. Once again, the blimp roaring in front of the shots, but this is a really good mortar style shot. The clean 40. Once again, confirming how Vilo is actually good with the heavy weapons. I feel like Warco is spotting the opportunity here. This is just my hypothesis, but I think it is in his mind. He's undecided if he wants to like shoot the gunner in the water or in the line of sight of the... Ooh, I was saying on the line of sight of the pillbox, but he gets a very strong TNT, making 89 damage, which is very solid, and was not easy on that angle. I feel like Warco in this game too really shifted the gear in on full damage, and it's paying off. But you can't count Vilo out. He is delivering solid damage. Let's see if the building protects him. No, it's a clean 59. So absolutely, I feel like this is a really high quality game. Though maybe Warco has had a few like some better ideas, some better executions. But Vilo is dealing the solid damage, and I feel like the key of this game is that Vilo is not using like range and distribution on the map, which really benefits the gunner class. And once again, Warco with an amazing shot. Wow! Gets the instant kill. Gets absolutely the maximum out of it, because it was very easy to slightly overshoot it and get the blue gunner back in the island, or undercook it and propel further away the opponent. I'm confused. What was that? All right. I don't know. Maybe Vilo is not seeing what we see, or just had a bad game. Maybe wants to end the game early. I don't know. But I feel like he just made a shot that made him dealt damage only on his gunner. I was a little bit distracted on, phrasing, saying something intelligent, and I wasn't really keeping a close eye on the game. I don't know. We might see this. I don't know. Lag maybe may have played in a part on this last turn, but I feel like the game, all in all, has been, dominated by Warco in this instance. Yeah, I feel like the game will just be quickly wrapped up with a 25 and a 9 left on the field. And yeah, I'm not missing any other of the blue players, because there is no scout, so I can't unsee them on the map. There was a little bit of lag. I feel like that could have been also a potentially disconnect. But the guys aren't really stopping, so we will let them play. I feel like this game is already over on just a matter of, deciding the last few details. Warco with a little bit of an overshoot, but it's just enough. But it's well enough to get rid of Bastille with 9 health, and Vilo, I feel like this time. Oh! He has the idea. He will go in the pillbox and make us suffer a little bit longer. But it is what it is. The game is the game. Hate the game, not the player. Nah, I'm just joking. But let's. It's a good tactic. We've discussed it in so many occasions. It is beneficial to do everything you can to stress out your opponent. It might be. The situation might be desperate, but maybe let's make your opponent work a little bit harder, so he will have a little bit less energy on the next turn. Who knows? But I mean, Warco can take this as a lesson and just learn that the flamethrower just gets rid of a pillbox in one go. I have seen a pig making his calculation for 35 seconds. Now I want to see a 50 though. It's a little bit of an overshoot, I feel like. No, 41, and I feel like this is a great position for some extra damage. 12 and 8 makes it a total of 61. And Next turn will be one of the other paratroopers, I feel like. Oh. What has Vilo in mind? He's gonna be staying in the corner, but the pillbox is still vulnerable and killable on and destroyable on 39 damage, which will deal. I don't know if it deals 20 or 40 damage. If it is a 20, then I guess he gets an extra turn just by staying beneath it. And the Warco is just on the other side of the map. Is this guy a paratrooper? He will not be able to reach. And also, he will not be able to destroy the pillbox because individual hits are worth 8 damage on enemy units or enemy buildings, and 1, maybe 2 shots will hit at that distance, unfortunately. So Vilo stressing out his opponent for another turn, which, as we said, it's a fair tactic. I would use it in a high-level game. Especially considering that, you know, he is in front, at least for a few extra turns. Then it's gonna be 1-1, and we are going to play the next map. If a miracle doesn't happen, on Cold Front, which will be map 3. Vilo going for 38 damage. More than enough to kill the enemy gunner. So we go back to Warco, and I feel like Warco does have... Oh, he's out of jetpacks. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you can actually hit the ground behind him. Oh, no! Pork is still alive. This Frenchman never dies. So attached to their lives. And now, if you're Vilo, your gear starts turning, and you're just elaborating. What can I do? What is my next move to make this game longer and stress my enemy, my opponent, a little bit more? He will hide. And, oof. If he did manage to get some weird out-of-bound kill, I would say that the game had potential to be opened again. Okay. This guy does have jetpacks, so... Oof. Blimp aside. Okay. We are good to go to map 3 at this point. I would end the game with a freeze gas, you know. Just because you have it. Might as well use it. Instead, Warco decides to go with a bang, followed by 3 other bangs. Of course, a full powering, I wouldn't have done that. You never know for the blimp. The camera gets all shaky. But Pork finally dies. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Warco takes game 2, and we go to Cold Front. See ya in a moment. Are you ready for map 3? Okay, not the most exciting map. We have to say it. Cold Front. It's a tricky map. Have seen quite some interesting, epilogues on recent games, and also I remember Fox versus Herpderp, I feel, if I remember correctly, which had a really interesting finale on Cold Front. But enough of the past. We are here for Warco versus Vilo, and Warco is taking Medic Grenadier, Paratrooper, Engineer, and Scout. So the couple going out for Warco on map 3, definitely something unusual, especially here in the Grunt League environment. And Vilo going for Medic Double Scout, Gunner, Engineer. Fun fact, this is the only engineer from Vilo's lineup. And he's bringing along another gunner. Amazing. Double scout, I like it also. Could bring so much value to the lineup, and we have seen from the Aquabase map that he's definitely able to get value from the turn skips. So I feel like a big part of this game is seeing who goes first, and I feel like if Vilo goes first for this map, he's gonna have a more balanced game. But everyone, Warco is going first for with the medic, so
At the ready, sir.
we will have to scout for the other medic. And oh, look at that, he is right here. So Warco will have also the time to scavenge a little bit of the value of this map. If nothing changed from the last season, here's the medicine dart, so that's out of the question. There might be some other healing item around, but for now we have a clean MOBA. Clean MOBA. And after this we will also have the Grenadier from Warco's team. And Warco delight us with the with the voices off. Yeah, Cold Front, so interesting game. Here's one of the key turns for this map. How well Warco is gonna use his Grenadier, and taking the 20 health is gonna be a huge factor, I feel like. Oh, it's 10, but even if it does, if it is only 10, wow, that makes a huge difference. Let's see, looking for a target. It's probably gonna be the sapper or the gunner. That's the sapper. And on the end, I feel like here we will have also one of the two scouts not far from here. Warco though is running out of time. He does trigger the mine at the very last frame and gets lit. Just so few damage, 41 in total. I don't know. I would have spent a few more seconds to get that get the cluster out and leave the value to your opponent. But I guess it's important to take the resources in the map. But we will see how this game develops. The action goes to Vilo and his scout. He is thinking about some poison. And holy shit, what a distance! Is he able to do that? Oh, Jesus. Almost hits his own medic. Unfortunately, the body block is good, but it wasn't worth it to waste your poison. So, basically, 2 inefficient turns per side. One inefficient turn per side, so we kind of evened it out with Warco having the initiative and the tranquilizer game. Again, Warco using the straight up jetpack tactic, but he's reusing it with the, you know, in a very wise way. Unfortunately, that didn't work for getting both of the pig together. Again, the timer runs out, so it's gonna be just a 20 damage on the enemy sapper. And Vilo will try again to poison the Grenadier. He is lowering the angle, so I feel like he's gonna try a double with the paratrooper. Unfortunately, he does hit the paratrooper, so it's gonna just be a single poison. Better than nothing. But what is happening here is that the game, it's basically developing away from the medics, so Warco will not be able to use effectively the healing item, the healing that he has in his arsenal, if he chooses to stay and keep the MoMA. For now, the supper the green supper just puts a simple TNT. Easy damage on the scout. Gets a 54 also, extra 4 damage. Again, we like to reiterate that fall damage it's 3.2-ish. I don't remember, but that counts as 4 damage, although it's displayed as 3. Because if the pig ends the turn with 0.68 or whatever the decimals are for damage, he will count as dead at the end of the turn. So Vilo opting again to hit the Grenadier, which is fair. He is the high priority target, but he does undercook it a little bit, so the paratrooper will have to take the shot once again, and I feel Warco doesn't really mind at this point. Grenadier, it's still at 130, despite everything he was through, and you know, salutes. But in the meanwhile, also blocks his scout, his teammate scout, to get those valuable rocket launcher, which might come in handy on the later stage of the game. Let's see. For now, a poison, or a slip, which will. Okay, fortunately for him, he stopped quite early, but that has the potential to, you know, make him slide all the way down to the bottom of the map. The gas grenade will stay in that valley there, so only the scout will get a poison on. Okay, back to Vilo and his only supper. It doesn't matter how many suppers you have, it does matter how you use them, and let's see how effective he will be with the supper on the Grenadier. He is thinking of some extra damage. The supper slipped a little bit towards the TNT, so I feel like he took some extra damage, but I might be wrong. And again, as I said, the game basically developed on the opposite corner of the map as of where those two are standing, so I feel like the next few turns, the next few rounds where we're gonna see the turn of the medics, it's just gonna be an easy tranquilizer. Skip of the Sanglier turn and back to the Grenadier, and he definitely took some self-damage there. Down to 67, oof. This turn, it's so heavy and so important right now. Being able to delete... Oh god, maybe delete the supper is not the best idea because of the MoMA reversal on the next round. But maybe it is worth it just because the scout... Oh, that's a beautiful, almost full damage cluster. So the engineer, the supper, is out. Vilo has used the supper in the whole best of 3 for 1 turn and use a TNT for a total of 50 damage and some own damage. So yeah, that was it for the sad story of the of Vilo's supper. But we will get back to that later. Now we will see if Vilo is able to hit the Grenadier with some poison. Something that he's trying to do since the start of the game. And this is turn 7 for Vilo's player. And once again, he undershoots it a little bit. This Grenadier will never be poisoned at this point. And Warco, once again, happy to see that. Will slam some jetpacks on top of the blue scout. And probably make him roll to the bottom of the map. Maybe didn't go that far. Stopped halfway through. He's out of jetpacks now. And that scout is near his scout. So he's gonna go for the scout on the other corner. And probably hit the scout. Have you guessed how many times I said scout in the last minute? The answer is, I don't know, I lost track. But the scout gets hit, so. And the big news of this map is that some barrels will drop during the game. And this will create some interesting scenarios, especially on some portion of the maps. But at some point we'll have an explosive barrel. So, now, the big question is, will Vilo, on his potentially 4th attempt, be able to poison the enemy's Grenadier? The answer is, he will try to get the Sapper, and once again, it's a little bit undercooked, but that's enough this time. And now the Sapper will have his turn, and we will see. What's going on in Warco's head. He's thinking about bunching up, but I feel like Vilo's gunner will be next. So the bunching up will not be as effective as probably Warco is thinking about it, because the gunner will move next. Although it's a good idea. 26. Oh. Well, that scout is a much less health than I thought. But, as my good friend ADB would say, we will soon have the MoMA reverse, and we will, let's see how Warco will react to that, because he definitely didn't realize it now, or at least he didn't realize it when the moment. Okay, the gunner got hit. Warco's scout is next. And next will be the Sapper from Vilo's turn, but that means that we are gonna have a MoMA reverse, ladies and gentlemen. Although I feel like... Oh, did he notice? Maybe he does know. Oh. Oh. Lag. Okay. He knows. I feel like he knows. But it's too late. Because Sanglier will move now. And you have to run. And go get some healing done. My man. If you think about it too much, you won't have the opportunity to turn this around. I feel like not even Vilo was expecting this MoMA reverse, but he is more than happy to take advantage of it. And this slip kind of creates a opportunity for some double damage. Let's see if Vilo will take advantage of it. But again, the Grenadier of the green team is still alive. And is not even poisoned. Despite the multiple attempts made. 61. He will be poisoned right now. Oh god. Maybe. It's not sure. Oh. Okay. Not the easiest position, but maybe this being the most complicated one, he will be able to. He does it. And he also gets himself. Oh no. Nerves are definitely kicking in for both players. And Warco not thinking about ending the opponent's medic. Will this be a decision that will come back to haunt him? I don't know. But Warco having all the pigs back, having all the pigs still alive, he really is taking a toll on the total HP pool of his opponent, and the only scout Warco has played really has done his job with his 16 and poisoned. Grenadier is at 30-ish, so it's in skip range, but it's too soon to do that. And body block, I don't know, might not be the best play. This is getting close to the wire. It's just a matter of who's the best at getting the skips right. Maybe, you know, the play of the body block on the Grenadier isn't that bad because you kind of protect him. Oh god. Okay. Small hints of lag, but the game seems to be stable still. And I don't know, I don't really like too much this bazooka from Warco. He does have second thoughts, but if you don't take up this angle, you really have some high chances to get the sunroof there of the building, and that will mean some self-damage, of course. He does higher up a little bit the angle, and that's just enough to get not get the hitbox. The scout, first scout of the blue team is out, and that scout did definitely take his turn, so this might seal the MOMA for the blue team. On next turn, the blue team is gonna get an extra turn. He's gonna set an extra turn now, and he potentially will be able to set another skip turn with the Grenadier, on the Grenadier. Interesting, because I feel like all the pigs in Warco's team, except for the scout and the medic that are on the opposite corner, are poisoned right now. But on the other side, the blue team is just left with his gunner. I don't remember if it is healthy or not. .72 is not poisoned, so that's big. Warco is thinking about dealing damage to his opponent, but also finishing off his para, which would be a really good play, and I think also that will definitely hit with a 20-ish damage. Yes. So, skip turn prevented. Unfortunately, not the best placement for for the escape, but salutes his friend and gets the job done. Yeah, Vilo, you have to go. This is gonna be tough. Tough. Very tough, because if he heals his gunner and gets back and is able to make a decent enough tranquilizer, I feel he gets the chance to play. But by not doing it, I don't know. It's gonna be also the last turn for the scout in the blue. It's 16. Oh, Pork is also yet alive. 15, 25. This is a 36 pig. So if you auto-poison yourself and let the poison slash damage and everything do the work, you get a 30. 5. And considering that the Grenadier is next, oof. Okay, I like the risk. 28 is 28! It's enough to get the extra turn. So we will get 2 turns in a row. And it's time for the Gunner, who's at 23. Not really much to work with. Grenadier is gonna skip. He's too high in damage to set up a skip. Or is he? If he gets a 50 now and hits a 40 then, you have back a game. But you really need to be effective with your weapons. And this starts from a good mortar shot, which lands a 47. Grenadier is out. And Grenadier brings... Now you gotta get some healing now. You got a guy with 6. Oh, he's walking slowly, which is not good. And he goes for the tranquilizer on the scout. I don't hate the display, but this means that you're gonna lose your scout at 6 if you're Vilo now. So, yeah, I feel like this is potentially game over. Oh, out of TNTs. Now we see if you're mate. Now we see if you practiced, if you did your homework. So, the scout there is at 6 HP with poison, so that means that Vilo will lose 1 turn. And I like this play. Might hit himself. Okay, but quickly. Time is running out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Clean 40. The gunner is out. The scout is out. Which means that Warco has done it, because the medic should be at 20. Oh, they skip turn. Okay, 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 okay. I forgot about this, so we have a game still. He does have medicine dart, so he is more than likely to... Oh, Warco's medic has the medicine dart. Ah, so this means that the game is over, mathematically speaking. And Warco wins this absolutely crazy game. 2-1. It's just a matter of deciding how you want to end your opponent. It's gonna be... I would have healed him and then sniped him, but it's a matter of choice. He's... Come on, Warco. Alright. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The extra one? No, okay. And he's gonna run back again in the playing field. It's gonna be we're gonna have a very long zoom. Destroys the tree. Okay. Celebratory destruction of the tree. Warco wins 2-1. What a great game. And yeah, GG to both. Probably Vilo lost this last game, because he wasn't confident enough to get those extra healing done. And that's a shame, because the two guys showed some really good play. And maybe a tie would have been a better solution. But hey, game is the game. And that was AxeBuy94. We're gonna set the 2-1 to Warco. And yep, thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye!